How was your guys' week?
Oh my god, besides dealing with broken arms, colds, grumpy kids, drama, work, yeah, it was okay.
Did you break Mick's arm again?
No.
Oh, okay.
Rain's arm is still broken.
Oh. How many months will it take for it to be fully healed?
Well, when we first x-rayed it, she was at a 17 degrees. Last Thursday when they x-rayed it, she was at 11.
I'm trying to picture it in my head.
You should have 0 degrees. So you start at 0, and then it breaks from there. I mean, sometimes, like, if you've broken it in the past, it'll heal crooked, so you'll have, like, a degree that way, but hers has never been broken before.
Yeah, I was looking at this picture of Rain from Matsuri, and I couldn't find her cast. It was underneath her,
yes,
kimono.
her kimono. Yes. We chose big sleeves on purpose.
You were just trying to be, partially racist.
Uh-uh.
I'm joking.
No, Bridge. No racism. I like the clothes.
Yes, they're very roomy.
And cold-play.
Mick, have you ever been to Matsuri?
I have not.
It's fun. It's a 2-day event, Japanese culture, and then you get those annoying people online that go, cosplay is not for Matsuri.
Yeah, it is.
It's not Japanese.
Yeah, it is. Have they not watched anime?
Well, not just anime, cosplay in general originated from Japan.
Yeah. That's what I said. Have they not watched anime?
Apparently, those people haven't.
How many anime characters are freaking cosplay all the damn time? And I mean, even in the shows, they dress up like other.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but I still get comments from some cosplayers that are like, don't go to Arizona Matsuri in your cosplay, because it just ruins it for everybody. I'm like, fuck you.
I feel like no.
Can you put your retarded ass computer keyboard away from you? Because obviously, no. Oh my god.
Alright, like I said before, since we missed last week's news, I will incorporate some of the news in there. Not very much, but just to fill out the podcast.
Okay.
Alright, just to make sure that everybody has everything together. We're all ready. We're all ready for talking about the news this week.
As ready as I will be?
Aha. Because I have been recording this whole time. You can't stop.
Are you sure? Because there was that one time you recorded this whole time and it was just your own voice you heard.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't my fault. That was my stupid PC's fault, I found out.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have a new computer, and it's faster and better.
Or so you say.
It has a cool little blue light fan that I can see coming out. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or so you say.
Welcome, listeners, to a new episode of GNERD Corner's News Hour. We're doing this a little differently. We have a little conversation at the beginning. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes we're just rambling. Sometimes it's just a bunch of BS.
Sometimes it makes no sense at all.
It does. Well, yeah, 80% of the time. We just trail off and segue to the next subject. But tonight we will be talking about the news in this week's pop culture and a little bit of last week's, because we missed last week's. And we're going to start off with the Oscars. Now, who actually saw the Oscars?
No.
No?
I just followed it on social media.
Yeah, pretty much everybody else did and decided not to watch it, because it got dismal ratings. I didn't exactly check the numbers, but it was worse than last year.
Wow, that's funny because Leo won.
Yeah, I think people just
I
waited.
know nothing else.
I think people only tuned in to see that one part.
So I did like Lady Gaga's outfit.
I did, and I thought she deserved the Oscar for her song. And
oh, she won an Oscar?
No, she was up for an Oscar.
Oh, I didn't know she was even up for one. That's how little I paid attention to it.
Yeah, her song was up for an Oscar, and she lost against Sam Smith's song from...
Which song was it?
It was from the recent James Bond movie.
Oh, okay.
It's good, but when you put it against all the other 007, intro songs, main, theme songs to each movie, it doesn't really rank in the top 10. It's not. It doesn't feel like a James Bond song. Was
it Adele? Adele won you over?
I liked Adele's Skyfall. Adele's Skyfall was incredible.
Yeah.
And Casino Royale's song, You Know My Name. I love that song.
Yeah.
But Sam Smith, nothing against him. I just didn't feel his song really matched up with a James Bond film, especially with one that's now clearly is going to be Daniel Craig's last James Bond film.
Oh, so he did officially announce that?
Well, I don't think anybody will want to work with him, even if he says he wants to come back.
Oh,
I think
why?
No, he had a tantrum about how, working on this film. Apparently, it didn't go very well, and they've been. It looks like they've been looking for a new James Bond. That's not official.
His wife. I think his wife is awesome. I wish she did more movies.
What, Rachel Weisz?
Yes.
Yeah, but so since we're talking about the Oscars, Leo did win for The Revenant. He won the Best Actor after, let's see, how many years? Since Eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, that was what, 1,000 years ago?
Was that 94?
I don't know.
93. Wow, I'm old.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. And that was a young Johnny Depp, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's been so long for him, waiting to get a Best Actor award, and he finally gets it. The director, don't ask me how to pronounce his name, got Best Director for Revenant, and lost for Best Picture.
Who did get Best Picture?
Spotlight.
I haven't even heard of that.
It was more of a limited release type of film. It wasn't made. I mean, it was in a lot of theaters, but not like you would think, like Avengers or Deadpool or anything else like that. It was a major blockbuster. It was about the Catholic child abuse scandal that the Boston Globe,
okay.
They investigated, and that has actually a bunch of big actors in it. Including Rachel McAdams.
Because wasn't she also nominated for it?
I believe so, but hold on a second.
She didn't win for supporting actress or something.
The supporting actress went to.
But no, wasn't she nominated?
I'm checking to see if she's nominated.
Oh, edit.
Yeah, I know. That's what happened.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, I'm not standing up there like Stacey Dash, horrible joke, and just standing there going,
And everybody just crickets chirping.
Yeah, I know. They did that on purpose to her, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, didn't they make her the ambassador of diversity?
Yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but it was a horrible joke. She's a Republican amongst a room full of liberals. Come on, what do you expect?
Well, that and I don't know. I hear a lot of other actresses, it seems like, have feuds with her. So it seems like, if they were going to choose somebody, they'd choose somebody everybody likes.
Let's see. Yes, Rachel McAdams was nominated for Spotlight, but lost against, which I was kind of surprised. I thought it was going to go to Kate Winslet for Steve Jobs. It went to Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl. I thought Alicia Vikander did a very good job, but if I was to actually give out the award, because Kate Winslet got it at the Golden Globes.
So, didn't they nominate Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl for...
Yeah, he was up for Best Actor, I think.
Yeah, why didn't they do him Best Actress?
Oh. Actually, he won Best Actor last year, so he could never win Best Actor. That's how it works. If you won a Best Actor award the year before, even though if you're nominated, you can't win.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a rule. It's kind of like costuming contests. If you won a major award the year before, you can't win the same award the year after. But apparently some conventions don't follow that rule.
Yes, because apparently I think that was the rule for a certain con that was recently, and the group still won.
Yeah, they're like professionals practically.
Not saying they weren't good.
No, they weren't good. I saw the performance. I was outside doing shoots, but my friend showed me the recording. Very well put together, but that is like professional. That's like they're all choreographers. It looks like. Yeah.
And I'm not saying they didn't do good. I'm just saying I heard the rule was they weren't supposed to win.
No, I mean, I don't mind them actually, performing at all and taking up like a quarter of the time of the costume contest, but they shouldn't be able to win a second year in a row for the same category.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on the con.
That's just weird. Originally I heard that was actually a rule. but I don't know
That's
what
what I
followed
heard
that
was a
rule.
rule too, and that's why I think some people were actually complaining because they won again.
Yeah, for the same award.
Yeah, and they got the trip to Vegas. I think that was what they won, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the award. Vegas. If they got the trip to Hawaii, that would have pissed even more people off.
Yeah.
Because Vegas is just a drive away. Hawaii's a little more than a drive.
Yeah, just a bit.
You can.
Well, it wasn't just that they won to Vegas. Didn't they also get a hotel stay, passes, and a bunch of other stuff too?
I believe that's the. I didn't check the the exact award, but I think that is what they got, and I think they got that last year too.
Okay.
We're not naming names, but
No. And I'm not saying they were really good. I'm not complaining about that. They were awesome.
It's just rules are rules, and if you don't follow rules, then I break your kneecaps
Really?
with a cold steel bat, because those things are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend got a couple, and actually she's gonna repaint them to be bat for her Harley.
Nice.
Okay, so we got Leonardo DiCaprio won Best Actor, Brie Larson won for The Room, for an actress in a leading role. Now, this is not The Room. Let's not confuse that with The Room, because The Room is a piece of shit, but it's a, one of those classic piece of shits that we can look back and go, this is what not to do when you're writing, directing, producing, pretty much financing the whole thing, and then think it's like the best thing ever. And then,
Since sliced bread.
yes. But no, the Room with Brie Larson is about a young woman who's been kidnapped for about 7 years and has a son in her second year of being kidnapped. And 5 years goes by and she plans an escape. And it's more of her reacclimating to the outside and her son acclimating to people in general and the outside world.
Yeah. And that's the one where everybody complained about bad guy in the movie.
Yeah. It makes the whole comedy, the Kimmy Schmidt, the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, the whole situation not so funny anymore.
No.
It's like, oh, this is a lighthearted thing, and then all of a sudden Room comes out. It's not so lighthearted.
Yeah.
I expected Brie Larson to actually win this category, even though Jennifer Lawrence was, I think up to be one of the favorites. Yeah, when you have Brie Larson's role against Jennifer Lawrence's role, just a little bit more above Jennifer Lawrence. She was playing Jennifer Lawrence was playing an actual character named Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie though. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out Joy. One of those David R. Russell films that she likes to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And Saoirse Ronan, depending on who you ask, from Brooklyn, she was nominated and she lost. So, I think the biggest winner of the night, next to Leo's big win in the Best Picture, had to have been Mad Max.
Yeah, they cleaned up.
They cleaned up for several different categories.
And I love Mad Max, but I was surprised that it got as many nominations. Not that it's a bad movie, it usually seems like they pick other types of movies.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it going, Mad Max? When I first heard that they were, such critically acclaimed, the Associated Press was going gaga. No pun intended with Lady Gaga, but he was literally going gaga over this movie. I love the film. I would never nominate for Best Picture, but that's just my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. I loved the movie. It was awesome. It's not the kind of movie you usually see winning all these awards.
No, but I mean, a lot of them were technical, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I really wish, and this is not just me saying this, but I really wish they had a stunt award at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah, let the stuntman win
That's
something.
a great idea.
If you watched the making of Mad Max, a lot of it's practical effects, and there are so many people in there that had to do one-take things, that there's so many stuntmen that risk their lives to practically make this film.
Well, and there are certain actors who actually will do their own stunts too.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't think that the Academy is really. I think they look down sort of at that stunt community, in my opinion, because they've been asking for this for years.
Yeah.
And it's an important thing to have stunt people in there, even if it's the actor doing it. They still need a stunt coordinator to, show them the ropes, so that actor or actress does not die in the process of doing a dangerous stunt.
Yeah.
Even a minor stunt can be dangerous if it's not done right. And
well, think about how many stories where you hear about such and such died while performing such and such stunt. That one where I sent you the
young woman.
The feed about the guy and who killed himself on his prop swords.
Oh yeah.
Or like Jovovich's double who lost an arm.
But I don't think that was the actual. Oh wait, no, because she hit the crane, wasn't it? Or what was the story? What happened to her? I forgot already.
I think she got hit by some piece of equipment, like
the video crane or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Yeah, but a lot of these stunt people, they risk their lives to make it look awesome on screen, and they do a really good job, especially with something like Mad Max, which pretty much everybody in those scenes were stunt people.
Yeah.
They had to be. I mean, they were literally driving those vehicles around. Very little in that area was green screen.
Yeah.
And it's very dangerous when you decide to not go all digital on everything, because you're out in the open and things can go wrong. And when you're actually moving, and especially those pole guys going back and forth over the vehicles, somebody could get stuck under the wheels, or something could happen if the explosion of one vehicle doesn't go right. So, they deserve a lot of props for what they do. And I think it's time for the Academy to recognize them and give them at least one category maybe next year, so that they can test the waters. Because, for maybe group stunts or even stunt coordinator, I just in my opinion, it needs to be recognized.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go on from there. Let's see. We had the Razzies, as days before the Oscars, and guess who tied? I guess shared worst picture.
Okay.
Is 50 Shades of Grey and Fan Stick. Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey only got nominated for one Oscar.
Which one?
Best Original Song. By The Weeknd. I think it's called Worth It. But yeah, so that the Razzies are not good if you're trying to make your movies a franchise.
Yeah, not a great start there.
Yeah, they better not make a sequel to Fan Stick. If they do,
doubt they will.
Yeah, hell will freeze over. After seeing the numbers for Deadpool, they're like, well, Fan Stick is out the window. Let's stick the Deadpool sequel in its place. But yeah, it's not good when you're in the Razzies, because that means your movie's a piece of shit. I'm glad I did not pay to see Fan Stick.
I haven't seen any of them, and I have no intention of.
Yeah, it will make your eyes bleed. This is true. This is a truism. It will make your eyes bleed. And I just got angry at my computer screen, like, fuck you! I'd rather watch 50 Shades of Grey like a dozen times than have to watch Fan Stick again. And I've read the book.
I haven't done that yet.
Fantastic Four? You read the book?
No. I mean, 50 Shades of Grey.
No, I never read the book.
It's a series.
I did not mind Dakota Johnson, though.
Yeah, I didn't like the dialogue. You can see where the dialogue comes from.
Yeah.
It's just, I think she's the only one that really was trying in there.
Yeah. She did good. I mean, I liked her.
Yeah.
I'll watch her in another movie.
A reporter asked her dad if he saw it. Like, no.
They asked
Yeah,
her
no.
mom, too.
That's awkward. I don't want to see my daughter like in that position. Makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to another story. All right, so they just released most recently, actually last Friday, they released Fuller House.
I still haven't.
Yes, I guess the ongoing series of, from the original 1990 show, Full House, with Bob Saget and John Stamos and David Coulier. And now, instead of the dads being the main characters, it's the girls.
Dun, dun, dun.
Living in a multi-million-dollar house.
So, the only thing I know about that show is apparently, the Candace Cameron,
Yes.
she's, I guess uber religious.
Well, so is her brother.
Yes. So I guess she wore, in one scene or one, I don't know what episode, she posted a picture of her in a supposedly skimpy dress that showed off her legs and cleavage. And a bunch of her fans were like talking shit, telling, because, oh my God, how can you expose so much skin? I thought you were religious and stuff.
Didn't they see her Dancing with the Stars?
Apparently not.
I thought they were the ones who voted for her.
I guess so. I don't know.
Well,
But they were complaining about her club wear in the show.
yeah, well, they can suck it. She looks good, but Jodie Sweetin. Wow.
Oh, was that your new crush?
Well, I mean, she was cute when she was little. I was more of a Alyssa Milano fan when I was younger, but that's just me.
I can see that.
But yeah, they all reprised their roles as DJ, Stephanie, Kimmy. Kimmy has a daughter that she decides to move in to help Candace, or DJ's character, out with her 3 sons, because her husband in the show was a firefighter and died on the job, apparently, and his last name was Fuller.
Oh.
So now she's DJ Fuller, hence the Fuller House. Yes, there you go.
All comes together.
All comes together, yes.
That's
But I do like the references to them sort of, tongue-in-cheek about Michelle not being there. There are little jokes in there. If you watch it, did you watch the 1990s Full House?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Mick?
I did not.
It was too campy for you?
I honestly didn't hear of it until they were making a new one.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I heard of it, but never really paid attention.
Keep in mind, he's a goober.
Yeah. But no, I watched every single episode. I enjoyed it, and watching all the girls grow up, finding out that Jodie Sweetin had a substance abuse problem for years. That sucked.
Yeah.
But things are looking up for her.
Yeah.
And there's constant references in the show about how big her boobs are, which is kind of funny.
Are they normal? I mean, natural?
If I remember correctly, they are.
Okay.
Who's this?
Jodie Sweetin played Stephanie. Yeah, she played Stephanie, the middle sister.
It's spelled exactly like it sounds.
And speaking of Jodie Sweetin, because this actually just segues into the next story, she was the first contestant announced for the season 22 of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
So, if I remember correctly, last season it was Candace. Now it's Jody up, and they actually have an episode in the Fuller House, which actually is the club scene, where they meet up with Maxim Cherkowski and Val Cherkowski from Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like foreshadowing. You will be on the new season. They're two of the professional dancers on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I don't know if Mick does.
No.
They're very good. I don't know if Maxim's going to be on this year, but Val should be. I know Derek is sitting out this year. He's like, who are these people?
Crazy.
Yeah, if listeners don't know, I'm a ballroom dancer myself, so I follow this stuff closely. But yeah, it'll be cool to see Jodie Sweetin try out Dancing with the Stars. She did ballet and probably jazz when she was younger, so she has rhythm. That's always good to have. Some people consider that a little unfair, but like if you're a little girl, a lot of little girls, have dancing lessons early on. So, and some people say that's a little unfair compared to some of the other celebrities.
Yeah.
But she was given to a dancer that usually finds himself like the first one eliminated every year. So that's good for him. He actually has somebody that might be able to last him more than 1 week. It sucks when you're stuck with somebody that you probably know is going to like get you knocked out the first week. Because they're either very old or just rhythm challenged. Or they have 2 left feet and you can't get rid of that. That second left foot.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. It took me an hour to get this one guy and his girlfriend, well, at least the guy, to do just a basic box step. Because he kept wanting to step really far. And he was like over 6'7", 6'8", and his girlfriend was like 5'4". And I'm like, no, smaller steps. Smaller steps. Your girlfriend can't move that far.
Well, I mean, you might have tried.
I had to literally get down on my hands and knees and grab his feet and show him how far the steps I needed him to take. Because he wasn't getting it.
Some people just, they're not born with the stuff naturally. So it takes more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to be dedicated.
And patient.
Yes, very patient. Alright, so on to the next story. This is kind of a sad story. We have another celebrity death. We lost a veteran character actor, George Kennedy. He was in Cool Hand Luke, or he's known for Cool Hand Luke and the Naked Gun series.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah, it sucks. You want to hear something sad? I thought he was dead already. I know. I thought this guy, when I saw his name, I'm like, I was thinking of somebody else. I was thinking, what was it? Bo Bridges' dad. That's what I was thinking of originally. But no, it's weird. I thought that George Kennedy was dead originally. But no, he passed away at 91. I think that's a healthy age to go out.
That is. That's a good age.
It's not like he was 54 or almost 60. It's like, no, it sounds like he had a long life.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it sucks when they're either in the prime of their life or they still have more they can do. And then they go out because, like, cancer. Which cancer sucks. Speaking of cancer, I've been watching this show. I've been binging the only 2 seasons of Chasing Life.
Oh, okay. Is that any good?
It's good, but if you've known people with cancer, it kind of hits you a little differently.
Okay, yeah. I don't like to watch those because my mom died of cancer, so it's not like, oh, let me go watch a fake show about somebody pretending to have this major illness.
Yeah. The only reason I started watching it recently is because Italia Ricci, who plays the main character in Chasing Life, is starring on Supergirl recently, and she will become a villain called Silver Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, she's just playing the assistant to Callista Flockhart's character, Cat Grant.
Ah.
She has a very Irish name. Siobhan. And if anybody knows how to actually spell Siobhan in Irish, that doesn't look like how you spell it. There's a B in there. You don't pronounce the B in Siobhan? But then again, we were talking about Saoirse before, and that looks like Cyrosi or Cersei. Not Saoirse.
But there's a lot of names that look one way to Americanized that are actually completely different.
Yeah, it just doesn't. You're trained when you're younger to. This is how letters work, and when they don't work that way, your mind explodes. It explodes because that's not how words work. Let's see. Another story we have here is the Ghostbusters trailer just came out.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it yet, but I saw Kate McKinnon and Kristen Wiig, and now I'm very inclined to watch it.
It's like they decided, hey, let's invite SNL on here.
Yeah.
But then again, there was...
the original was supposed to be funny, too. So.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are saying this is a reboot. They're half right. This is a reboot, and they do acknowledge that the original ones did exist.
Good.
But it's more of like, here's a new team, and this whole team, instead of a bunch of guys, is a bunch of women. And of course, we have to have a black one. Because diversity. And because, what is she supposed to be the, what's his name?
I live my life colorblind. I don't care what color people are. I care how they act.
I know. But each girl is like the female equivalent of almost the original cast.
Yeah.
Like Kate McKinnon is like the Harold Ramis of the group. She's the engineer, the smart one, the one who comes up with all the technology.
Yeah.
And that's let's see, trying to find that guy's name. Hold on a second. Ernie Hudson, yes. What is that actress's name though? She's on SNL. She's a very big woman. Let's see.
Which one?
Big black woman.
Oh.
That's not her name.
Leslie Jones. I know.
She's funny.
Leslie Jones. She's huge though. Woman's huge.
Big angry black lady. She's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, but she seems to
She's taller than the other girls. I've seen the pictures, but I don't know how tall she is in person.
She seems intimidating. And nothing against, black women, but my goodness, she seems intimidating. Like,
there's intimidating women of every race.
I know, she looks like she could be a bouncer outside a club.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How tall is she?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to find... Okay, I must have to go to IMDb for that. She's 6 feet.
Okay.
She's only got a couple inches on me then. That's not bad.
I mean, she's funny and everything, but it's... I just feel like they're just matching up the characters from the original. and they're doing it with women instead. They do have, let's see, Chris Hemsworth in there, especially in the trailer.
Yeah, he's the secretary.
But he looks like he looks like a badass in there, though. I'm expecting him to wield a hammer to fight the ghosts.
Nope, he's the secretary. He's the Janine. Oh my god, I have a brain fart.
Probably Janine. I think that's.
It is. It's Janine.
Apparently, there are cameos in there. Cameos by Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, and for some reason, Ozzy Osbourne.
Nice.
Gotta add random in there.
Yep. Well, it's Ozzy Osbourne. The film is going to be released this year, July 15th. So, near a theater near you.
It's not
Sorry,
like
edit that.
and it's gonna be all theaters.
All the theaters. But if you're a fan of the original Ghostbusters, you might want to see this. There's a lot of people trying to do this whole thing out there going, oh, you don't like it because it's all women and you're a sexist. I'm like, some people are trying to defend themselves saying that it's because they just don't feel that the trailer really spoke to them. And they just don't like the premise of it.
It's just normal.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna like it. Who cares?
Yeah.
I see these too many articles right now on the internet just trying to bait people into an argument.
That's every internet story.
I would say every internet story.
But most of them.
I don't like to bait people.
You lie.
And I'm the master at it.
Yeah, you're a master baiter.
Yes, I am. Well, the servant waits while the master baits. History of the World Part 1. I love that film. This is a kid's show.
Yeah. Just like Deadpool.
Just like Deadpool. And speaking of Deadpool, because this is for last week's, Deadpool, well, for the third week in a row, at least, well, not this week, but for last week, it was the #1 film. And, yeah, it made a crap load of money.
Well, they've already signed on for the sequel. Have they signed everybody on for the sequel, though?
I don't know about Miranda Baccarin or Brianna Hildenbrand, who played the Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Colossus back, because everybody loved Colossus. I would love to see Colossus and Cable next to each other, because they're such straight-laced characters. Them having to deal with Deadpool's antics would just be hilarious.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Keira Knightley play Cable. That would, I mean...
You do know that was a joke, right? That was a whole...
Yeah, but I mean, had...
Keira Knightley play who? I didn't hear what you said.
Cable. It was the after credit scene.
Oh, okay.
When he was throwing out names. I think that would be hilarious if they actually follow through with that.
Or she just shows up as a cameo, and they're like, you're not actually Cable, are you?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That was a fucking joke. I was...
Deadpool tells her to get out of here. I was kidding.
Yeah.
You're not Cable. Beat it.
Let's see. Justice League begins filming in April. Now, it comes on the heels of the new release of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, which is technically will be the prequel to Justice League. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to see Dawn of Justice?
Day one.
Day one. My friends already got tickets already online for the day they went on sale.
I just want to see Superman get his ass kicked.
You do know he's Superman, right?
Yeah, but Batman always wins. He always wins.
Even when he doesn't?
Yeah.
So he always wins when he doesn't. That's logic for you.
Yeah. Because he's Batman.
I think their fight's going to get interrupted.
Yeah, the trailer did kind of give that one away.
Yeah, it's kind of be like they're fighting, and something happens. It's kind of like with the race with Superman and the Flash. Who's gonna win? Well, I don't know. Something else happens, and they have to postpone the race.
Well, the question is, how long will they have to let us have Lex Luthor with hair? I was surprised how many people complained about that. I mean, I know it's I don't know what I'm looking for.
New Age Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a much younger Lex Luthor. More of almost the age of, like, when Superboy met Lex.
Well, it was just, I was surprised at how big a stink there was over his hair.
Oh, he is bald. They shaved his head.
No, but at the beginning of it, he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was just surprised at how many people complained about that. And were freaking.
Well, Lex Luthor has always had really terrible wigs throughout his life, out his manifestations.
Yeah.
I love Gene Hackman, but I think one of my favorite Lex Luthors, or at least people that play Lex Luthor, has to be Michael Rosenbaum in the Smallville series.
Yeah.
I thought that was a masterful job he did as Lex Luthor. Every time John Glover and Michael Rosenbaum were in a room talking to each other, those are some of my favorite scenes with just dialogue. I mean, no action whatsoever, but just dialogue in the Smallville series.
Yeah.
Because they're really good actors.
Yes.
And nothing against Tom Welling. I like Tom Welling. He's just not good at dialogue, in my opinion. It doesn't come out believable.
Strong and silent.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't come out as super believable, as super dramatic, and Michael Rosenbaum and John Glover are just masterful at that. Except for season 7 and 8. Yeah. That hurt the series.
I didn't watch season 7 and 8. No lies.
I think it was season 7, Lois Lane went on a stripper pole in a patriotic bikini.
Oh.
Yeah. Go Lois Lane.
I was thinking fanboys.
Oh, fanboys. But, yeah. Oh, speaking of Superman, or really Smallville, Laura Vandervoort made her appearance in this week's Supergirl as a character named Indigo, or Brainiac 8. Which is kind of cool, being on Supergirl, because she was Supergirl in Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
And she might be back for a later episode. We don't know yet. I'm not going to spoil what happened in the episode, but we might see her again. Because Brainiac is really hard to kill, no matter what form it takes.
Yeah.
There are several different Brainiacs. But I'm glad they actually introduced a Brainiac in general. But this month, March 28th episode, we will see the Flash and Supergirl team up together in Central City. He'll be traveling to that parallel Earth to team up with Supergirl. So that'll be badass. It took a lot to actually get the studios to actually agree with each other to do this. But it's cool to know that if they can do this, that even, let's see, Stephen Amell said he wants to do an episode with Supergirl now.
That'd be great.
But
Did you see the Legends of Tomorrow episode with him?
Yes, I did. He looked like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I liked it. The actual ratings spiked with that episode.
Doesn't he have a bionic arm in it?
I don't want to spoil anything. Shh.
Okay.
Quiet. People still haven't watched last week's episode.
I haven't even started the show yet.
You just been on Facebook.
Yeah.
I follow him. I follow all his live stuff. He promotes the show better than the show actually promotes itself.
Yeah.
He gets to show people things ahead of time because I guess the showrunners and producers trust him with that knowledge and that reveal because he has such a huge following.
Oh yeah.
He really knows his social media.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best celebrities at handling his Facebook and things of that nature.
The next one, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't stop trying to promote Deadpool even when it comes on Blu-ray. Actually, I hope there's a promotional thing for the Blu-ray that he does. But I would love him just to do one of those like G.I. Joe PSAs every once in a while, Deadpool, and just fucking it up every time he does it. This would be hilarious.
Did you see the skit he did with James Corden?
Yes.
Oh, it's hilarious. You do realize the movie's already out, right?
I like the one he did, the spoof of Kanye West's breakdown.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
That was funny as hell. That was genius. Because Kanye West is fucking insane. He's going through some weird mental breakdown lately. And he's $53 million in the hole.
I feel like if people stop talking about him, he'll just go away.
I think he'll just disintegrate if we stop talking about him.
Yeah.
He won't exist.
Yeah, he'll just disappear.
So why doesn't he just get a loan from his little waifu?
That's what I want to know. She has like a lot of money.
Maybe you get his father-in-law to trade in his tits.
Maybe get a loan from Chris or something like that. Go up to Chris. Chris, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but can you buy me another house? you did that for Rob. But yeah, Kanye West is a little whiny crybaby. He thinks that he is the best artist ever.
Oh yeah, he thinks he should just be given it. Seems like.
Yeah, he thinks that he's sacrificed for his art and that he is the Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Literally on Rolling Stone years ago, they put him up there on a cross with a crown of thorns. Like, really? You think you're that type of person who do that? Wow. You are beyond full of yourself.
Yeah, he takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah, that's, I lost respect for him a long time ago. I thought he was a good artist in his early career, and then when he started spouting off that type of stuff, I lost complete respect for him. And MTV Movie Awards, not even just about Taylor Swift, he whined every time he lost.
Yeah, well then he like sat there and starts like he's gotta like try to get attention by bringing up their freaking feud that he childishly started.
Yeah, and then he says, I made you famous. And like, you didn't do shit. You walked up on stage and stole her time, and Beyonce gave her award speech time to Taylor Swift, which I thought that was very classy. Because, yeah, that was a really douchey thing that Kanye did. It's not his time. But, yeah, to get away from Kanye West, I'll bring something up that's happy. Alright, so, for the next 7 days, start binging Young Justice. Why? Because right now, if I remember correctly, Netflix is going to be checking the statistics for Young Justice, and hopefully, if it's high enough, they might bring it back. So, for the next 7 days, and this goes out to, just tweets all over the internet, they might, quote-unquote, have a shot at getting the third season.
That would be so amazing.
They recently, so Johnna doesn't die. I don't know what's happening over there.
She might not make the premiere.
She might not make it. They put out the second season finally, which has taken them years, on Netflix for Young Justice. And I like both seasons.
Yeah, I thought they were both great.
Oh yeah, they were incredible. And and it was really disappointing when it ended. Now, if you know me, I'm a big Marvel fanboy, but I do like a lot of DC properties, and Young Justice was a very surprising DC property that I really followed. And when it got canceled, I'm like, what the hell? This is like the best thing DC's had out animated-wise in a while, next to the movies. So, I'm going to try to put this out in the next couple days, so it'll probably be like 5 days left. But watch Young Justice if you haven't watched it. If you have watched it, watch it again, because I'm doing that. It's still a good show, just to watch again. But, yeah, they might reconsider and bring it back for a third season. And Netflix has the ability to do that. They have the money, they have the studio, and they have a lot of influence. They've brought back shows before.
That would just be fantastic.
That would.
Imagine somebody do that for Firefly. That'd make me happy.
Yeah, but everybody else is doing their own thing right now.
Clearly their priorities are mixed up.
I do know Nathan Fillion said he would drop his contract with Castle if they brought back Firefly, just to do Firefly. Because it's sort of... I think Alan Tudyk would do the same thing. Because they're very close to that series, especially to their fans.
Oh, except for... he died.
Yeah, but, you know, science?
They buried him.
Science!
Yeah.
Bring everybody back. Marina Baccarin. Jewel State. All the peoples.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get it done.
We'll maybe just bring them back and never mention that they died in the movie. Say the movie never happened. The movie was a dream.
Yeah.
It was a dream of a little boy who woke up, you know, and realized that it was all a horrible, horrible nightmare. So, yeah, that'd be cool if Young Justice came back. Speaking of DC properties, they actually just put on Netflix Justice League War, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, and The Son of Batman. I hope they put some of the rest of the DC movies on there. That would be cool. But yeah, I binged on those movies last night, so... Justice League War is actually pretty cool. It has the origin of them getting together as a team, and then facing off Darkseid. And Flashpoint Paradox is about, well, it says it in the title, it's about a paradox. I don't want to say anything more because that would just spoil the premise of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say it deals with a parallel Earth.
That's like one of the most iconic DC movies like ever.
Which one?
Paradox.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It was well done. It was dark. DC does, as far as animated movies, they go dark. They're not exactly kids movies.
Yeah.
You're watching it going, oh, Under the Red Hood. Ooh, yeah. This is not a PG movie. Well, Marvel likes to take it safe with its animated stuff. DC really goes all out and tries to keep it as hard as the comic book was. Like with The Killing Joke, that's going to be R-rated.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yes.
That's going to be good.
With Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. And so, yes, I'm squirming in right now in my seat because just hear them back together.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and they will forever be the voices that I hear whenever I read or see any Batman. It doesn't matter who played them, that will be the voice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we're still on the subject of DC. Batman v Superman will have rated R Ultimate Blu-ray Edition.
Ooh.
Yes. I guess this whole R-rated fad
As a
got
thing,
back
yeah.
to the studio and like, well, we have a bunch of footage we had to cut out of the movie to keep it PG-13. We just probably put it right back in there, and then we'll just jump it from PG-13 to R. I mean, it's probably not going to be a bunch of strippers, all around Stan Lee in there, but it's going to be harder and probably more swearing. And a lot of times, jumping to an R rating, it just takes, taking it or putting back a few F words. I think you're only allowed one big F bomb for a PG-13 film.
Yeah, I think so. Something of that nature.
Yeah, it used to be in a PG-13 film, like in 70s and 80s, you can even have boobs in there for like 1 or 2 scenes and still keep it a PG-13.
Yeah. Well, you could have butts in PG-13s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the rating system has changed. But yeah, that would be awesome to see how more hardcore they can make Batman v Superman at an R rating.
That'd
More
be pretty
blood.
gritty.
Probably more blood, if anything.
Yeah, probably a lot more.
We actually get to see people get disintegrated. Did you see the city get destroyed? How much the city gets destroyed in the scene against not Darkseid.
Doomsday?
Doomsday.
Yeah. That was intense.
Originally, I thought he was Solomon Grundy, the way he was when he was coming down. But then when he got closer to the spikes, and then Johnna died.
Spoiler.
Spoiler died.
It's been a crappy week. Leave me alone.
Don't die on us, Johnna.
Maybe. I'll figure
You can't
it out.
die. You can't die on air. My ratings will go crazy. Wait a minute. Well, if we resurrect her, then I don't know. Ratings.
You'll probably get more page likes.
That's probably true.
Yeah. Getting rid of me will get people to like you better.
No.
Because that's totally why they don't like you, is me.
Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so let's see. What next story? Person of interest actress Sarah Shahi cast as Nancy Drew in CBS reboot? That's a weird choice.
What else did she play in?
She was in Person of Interest. She was, because Person of Interest is having its last season, which kind of sucks because I actually like that show. She will be playing Nancy Drew.
Well, I know who Nancy Drew is.
I know, it's just, I guess they're going with a different... I always see Nancy Drew as a little white girl. In my opinion.
Well, that's because it was... The original character was written that way.
Yeah. And Sarah Shahi...
As long as she can act, who cares?
Middle Eastern descent. So... There
So-
you go.
Who will play the Hardy Boys?
I have no idea.
That's the guys, right?
Yes, I did read those when I was younger.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
I never did.
My brother did.
I don't have a brother.
No, you don't.
But yeah, interesting casting for Nancy Drew. I like the actress. I like Sarah Shahi. We'll see what happens. We'll see how they explain stuff. We're going to have to change some things for the character.
What? Just her upbringing?
Probably, yeah.
That's not big.
Did you hear who they announced at Phoenix Comic Con?
Which one?
No.
This
They
one,
announced
this
several
year's.
people, so I'm trying to figure out which one you're
Oh,
referencing.
okay. The $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
That sounds like, I was like, be more Pacific.
Pacific.
They announced lots of people in like the last month and a half or something.
Yeah, there's so many more. Let's see. Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner. $6 million wouldn't get you very far these days if you wanted to be bionic.
Nah.
It would be, you have bionic fingers. There you go. That's all we can get for $6 million. We had to 3D print them too, so it took us a week.
I just want to see, I keep hearing about these 3D printed casts, and they're still casting the old way. It's like, when are you going to do the 3D prints casts? Come on.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the 3D printers to actually catch up with the times and not take like 3 days to make something that's this small. It's like, it should be faster. Make a faster printer with a super fast processor, so it goes zzz, and it's done. Just like when you see it in Big Hero 6. I want that 3D printer. Yeah. That 3D printer, it makes huge casts. I'm still questioning how a kid that young can own a 3D printer that big, though.
Because his parents had money.
His parents are dead.
I know, but still. He got life insurance.
Even with life insurance, I don't think will allow you to get a 3D printer that big.
Might.
But, no, yeah, I would love a 3D printer that big to make things, so many things. Alright, so, let's see what else we have here. I'm looking. Did you guys watch the recent trailer for Daredevil Season 2?
No, I saw bits and pieces of it.
I gotta go soon. Die in here. Not in a mean way. I mean, like, the more I talk, the more I cough.
Alright. Should just say goodbye right now?
Okay, unless there's something else you want me to talk about. I'm sorry.
We're about winding down. I'm gonna try to cut as many coughs as I can out of this podcast.
Sorry, it's not on purpose.
Next thing you know, you got a 5-minute podcast.
Alright, well, get better. It sounds like you got con plague.
I just got life plague.
Alright, well, anyway, have a good night.
You too.
Well, hopefully she gets better.
Yeah, she will.
Alright, so, let's see, what was I just on? Oh yeah, the Daredevil trailer. Okay, so you saw the first season, right?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you need to watch the first season of Daredevil, because the season 2 looks awesome. It's coming up really soon. And everybody's going to be binging it. Like crazy. It comes up this month.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be.
So, they're going to have, like, I think I said this before in previous podcasts, they're going to have the Punisher and Elektra in there.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can't wait to see John Bernthal. It's going to be awesome.
And Elodie Yoon as Elektra. When they actually introduced or actually announced her name, they used a picture of her from G.I. Joe Retaliation in her red outfit.
Oh, that chick.
She played Jinx.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so I when I first saw it, I thought that was Elektra's outfit. I'm like, and then realized it was from G.I. Joe Retaliation. I'm like, well, that's like almost a perfect fit.
Yeah.
She's already a ninja in the movie.
And are they about to introduce Mr. Freeze on Gotham?
They already did.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I saw the trailers for like the upcoming episode, and I was like, ooh. Yes. I see Ice, and I see someone saying something about their wife. I'm like, that's gotta be Freeze.
Well, his name is Fries, but it looks like Freeze, so the papers call him Mr. Freeze. He does some horrible things to try to save his wife. Yeah.
Doesn't he like have her on ice? Like, isn't that his thing?
His whole thing was trying to freeze her so that he would have time to find a cure for his wife. In the show, he's trying to figure out he can freeze things, but he can't reanimate them. So they technically are dead.
Okay.
He can't reanimate them so that they're, living again. So he's trying to figure out how to freeze things and then reanimate them when he's able to find, a cure.
Okay.
There are some people actually out there that are trying to find the cure for death, so they will freeze the bodies of the dead, and then hopefully when we find a cure for death,
Yeah.
Bring him back? I don't know the whole thing about removing somebody's head, though. Stick that head in the container and be Futurama.
Did they do that procedure yet? Did that happen?
I think, what was it? Who was that they did that to?
Some Russian dude, I think.
No, they did it for a baseball player.
What?
Yeah, but I think I know what you're talking about. We actually have one of those cryogenic places in Arizona.
Oh, no, the Russians were actually gonna do like they called it a head transplant, but I guess technically it'd be a body transplant.
Huh.
Yeah, like and it was like legit too. Like they're gonna like sever this dude's head and put it on another body. And
that's strange.
Yeah, they went into detail as to how they were gonna do it, and it sounded cool, but it's insanely high risk because like his head could reject the body, and then he's kind of screwed.
Yeah, different body parts reject the body sometimes.
Yeah.
When they're sewn back on, and it has to do with like blood type, and there's other things that have to do with the body accepting that body part or organ. Even some people that have matching blood types, sometimes the body just rejects that organ when it's transplanted inside them, which really sucks because it's hard to get on the transplant list.
Yeah.
Which makes biomechanical transplant organs more. People should research that more into actually making those, because that would help people out so that organs aren't. They're more viable, and people can get. They don't have to be on a long waiting list, which really sucks when you're on a long waiting list hoping to get an organ.
I've heard it's possible that you could like engineer a clone and basically grow it without a brain. Like I think they did it with like frogs or something, just to test it to see if it would work, and it is doable.
It is, but there would be such an outcry, and it has to do with something about morality, about life.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be crazy if they could actually do that, though.
It would be cool if they could engineer actual organs and clone organs. I don't think people would have a problem with that.
Well, they are working on it. I mean, I've seen plenty of. They've done things. I can't remember what, but they've grown various body parts and stuff like that. And I know they grow ears on mice. That's a thing.
Yep. But let's see, what other... Oh, yes, I almost forgot, last week. Okay, so there's this whole thing about Doctor Who being taken off Hulu and Netflix, and people got really, really pissed off.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Whovian. And so Amazon Prime has announced that they will be bringing it back this month to their streaming service. So Doctor Who is back on Amazon Prime.
Well, I think they just made a very, very smart move.
Yeah, I mean, they've had it on there before, but they dropped it, and Netflix and Hulu had it, and now Netflix and Hulu, they're going to keep it off or have to renegotiate the contract with the BBC. But Amazon Prime has it right now if you want to go back and watch it before the new season comes up.
In a year?
Whenever it shows up. No, it'll be hopefully coming back sooner than you might think.
Yeah.
That last season of Port Capaldi, though.
Yeah, and Moffat, that's his last season too.
Yeah, I hope he does pop in every once in a while though, and does those I as a showrunner, I mean, I'm not saying he's the best, but he does good at
killing off all the good people.
No, like separate, like single episodes. Like I loved his the library, the two-parter.
Oh, that was
Silence
phenomenal.
Library. He did Blink. Blink was incredible.
Yeah, another iconic episode.
He did The Girl in the Fireplace. I like that. Then Madame de Pompadour.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was great.
He does really well when he does more like independent episodes from the original from the series, especially with Blink. I think Blink is one of my favorites out of all of them because it was so different.
Yeah, that was.
But as a series runner, he's made some stumbles with the series, and it's not the actor's fault, in my opinion.
No.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see who takes over after this.
It's the Broadchurch guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot his name. But yeah, I like Broadchurch. Broadchurch actually, there was actually an American version of Broadchurch, which,
Oh, really?
yeah, same premise and same actor, David Tennant.
Yeah, and Rory was in it too. Arthur Darvill.
Yes. But have you seen Broadchurch?
I have not. Johnna watched it though.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't know why they decided to do an American version with the same exact premise, and yet the British version did it better. Because it was the original, but it did it better. I was watching the American version, and it matched it up. It almost had the same exact, premise like verbatim. And it had David Tennant too, but in this one he was doing an American accent. And it was a horrible American accent. And David Tennant's a good actor. But literally, they just mashed it up. They changed the ending just slightly from the British version. But the British version just had a better atmosphere, better... I don't know, it was just acting quality and everything.
Yeah.
And, person found on a beach, dead. Same thing happened in the American version. And I forgot the American version was called. I have to look it up. Hold on a second.
You know who else is terrible in American accents is Karen Gillian.
Well, it jumps back and forth.
Well,
Don't give her a lot of stuff to say.
Yeah, like in Oculus where she has half the lines.
Okay,
She did great
yeah.
other than her accent.
It's like, are you American or are you Scottish?
Yeah. You know who screws it up a lot too is Charles Hunnam.
Oh yeah.
Like, for the most part he's okay, but if you watch Sons of Anarchy, the whole thing, you'll catch when he's struggling.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, this is what the show was called. It was called Grace Point.
Okay.
It's the same premise as Broadchurch. Some of the characters are the same people, just played by different actors.
Okay.
I don't know why they decided to ask David Tennant to be on that show when it was literally the same show he just did.
Yeah.
It's like, but this time you're going to do an American accent and play the same exact character. What?
There's rumors he's coming back as Purple Man, right?
That's a rumor, but it would actually be interesting if he did come back and he was literally the actual Purple Man, not just like
dressed purpley.
Yes, because in the comic book, his skin pigment is purple.
Yeah.
Like something really bad happened to him, and his skin pigment is purple.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting because broken necks never stopped anybody in the past from coming back.
Nope.
Oh, spoiler! But if you haven't watched it yet, seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, David Tennant was incredible in Jessica Jones. And I'm looking forward to. They actually cast the actor for Iron Fist.
Yeah, so I didn't read any of the articles, but apparently there's like a lot of talk about it.
People are pissed off that he's not Asian, even though Danny Rand never was Asian in the comic books. They want him to be Asian because he does martial arts.
Oh, so
that doesn't make any sense. He was white throughout the whole comic book series. I don't know why they want him to be Asian. Is it because he's... I don't know. It's a weird argument. There are a lot of people pissed off in that area. They're like... I don't believe these people actually read the comic book.
Yeah, probably.
They're arguing it. I mean, yeah, I'm all up for diversity, but literally, when you cast somebody named Danny Rand, you're not going... You shouldn't just cast another minority because of, reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
And because you think Marvel needs more diversity. There are plenty of other characters in there that you can work with. Heck, they could bring up Miles Morales now that they have the Spider-Man series.
Yeah. Yeah, is he making an appearance in Civil War? I hear.
No. That'll be Peter Parker, and it'll be a teenage Peter Parker.
Oh, okay.
So I don't even know if it'll be a while for Miles Morales to be around, because that was this will be a sort of a high school Spider-Man.
When does that come out? That comes out soon, right?
That really comes out very soon. Hold on a second.
May, I want to say.
It comes May 6th, 2016. Yep.
Okay, so
that's soon.
Suicide Squad's in June, right?
Yeah, this is just going to be an insane year.
Yeah. Why do we not have a trailer for Rogue One yet?
Maybe they're keeping it under their belt. I will know what Bothans are, though. I'm glad about that.
Yeah, it's unclear whether or not they're supposed to be a species of some kind, or...
I always thought they were a fluffy, furry species. Sort of like gremlins, or those little cute little fuzzy character gremlins, or something. I thought that was what Bothans were.
Yeah, I always assumed they were small. For some reason, I just picture them as small.
Yeah, me too. They just have an adorable name. Aw, Bothans. They must have all died, but they were so adorable. Like Ewoks when they get stepped on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I picture when she says that line.
Many Bothans were lost to get us this information. What the fuck are Bothans? I don't know either, but Bothans were lost.
Yeah. I think they did release a 20-second trailer, or a teaser.
They did, but it's not much.
It's not much. You just see the Death Star. That's about it.
In that one scene when that woman was talking, I would be asking the question, wait a minute, there's another woman in this series?
Yeah.
Where did she come from?
That's what's so great about the Family Guy Star Wars. They make every joke you possibly can about Star Wars.
Yes. Well, they're obvious things that people have been talking about for years.
Yeah. And George Lucas was all for those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they had his full support for that.
Hey, when you're making stuff like that at the beginning, you never expect people to come back and actually really delve deep into stuff that you might have missed or never even explained.
Did you see CinemaSins rip those movies apart, though?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I watch CinemaSins almost every movie apart.
Yeah. Oh. I saw Star Wars pop up and I'm like, oh, this should be good. And they did it. I was like, oh man, you damn near ruined Star Wars. Way to go.
Well, if you go back, there are so many gaps to the Star Wars series, and of course with the prequels.
Oh yeah, there's a ridiculous amount of gaps.
I mean, things that were never explained, things that were brought up, too many MacGuffins that were brought up and never, further developed at all. That's technically what a MacGuffin is. It's a plot detail that was never brought up and made to look really big, and then never explained and never heard from again.
Yeah. And there's too many moments in Star Wars itself where if one thing had gone differently, the entire saga would have been gone. Like, had they taken the shot at the escape pod, there goes the entire trilogy.
Oh yeah, but they decided not to do it because no life forms were inside.
Yeah.
Just random escape pods are popping out. I would be worried if random escape pods were just popping off, all around the ship, because that's bad. I would have someone check into that to make sure that they don't lose all their escape pods if that's happening.
He says it so casually too, like, must have short-circuited, like it happens all the time.
Yeah, it's like, well, somebody's not doing their job.
Like, oh man, the hyperdrive kicked on. Gotta check that transmission.
Yes. That scene, you're just sitting back going, they don't love their job, do they? Or love their life in general, because they fuck up that badly. Vader's just gonna choke them out.
Did you see, they said that, I read it recently, when the second Death Star blew up, it would have completely destroyed Endor.
Yes.
That was interesting. They just obliterated an entire planet.
Well, I would say it completely, Endor was still bigger than the Death Star. But I think it would have fried a major part of the side where the Ewoks lived on of the planet.
Oh yeah, it would have burned up half the planet and then in turn just destroyed the atmosphere.
But, we can't have that happen because they won't have a party afterwards.
Yeah.
Nub nub. Feed off nub nub. And then playing drums on, helmets with probably the heads of stormtroopers in it.
Yeah. I love in the Family Guy one when they add in the part where the Ewoks are going around stabbing all the half-dead stormtroopers.
Well, if you realize that they do eat other things, they were about to kill and eat Luke and the rest of the guys.
Yeah, like they've done it before.
It's like, yep, this is just normal for us.
Yeah, and it's like when you think about it, as much as you want to hate the Ewoks, or most people do, you kind of have to accept that they're fucking monsters.
Yeah.
They did take out the Empire's best forces, and at that point, you can't say they're missing because they're told to. Like, that really only works for the first movie.
Yeah. And we're like, how bad is this Stormtrooper armor? If we can...
Yeah, I've never seen any armor in those movies serve any real purpose.
It's like, just run out there in your underwear. You'll be as safe as you are in that arm.
Yeah, it doesn't stop any shots. It really doesn't.
And it's kind of, it stops you from seeing to the left. I've worn those helmets before.
Oh yeah, their visibility is terrible.
You can't look down. You can't look up. You can't look left. You can't look right. You can only look forward. That is horrible in battle.
Yeah, they're insanely
somebody
limited.
Somebody could sneak up on you, and you would never know.
Yeah.
Because you can't hear very much in there. And if you don't have a mic on in there, no one can hear you. And you can't see worth crap. When Luke actually said in that one scene, I can't see anything in here, that's the truth. That's true about all Stormtrooper helmets. You can't see anything. It's kind of like, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't think that line was scripted too. I think that was Mark Hamill talking there.
Yeah, but they're all designed now like that. All the 501st helmets are designed where you can barely see out of them.
Yeah,
that's just how they have been.
Or did you see they did the view from the new Snowtrooper helmet?
Yeah,
it's like a line.
It looks like the Stormtroopers on Endor, their helmets look like they have more of an eye area where they can actually see more.
Yeah, that was a more practical helmet.
For the biker ones?
Yes. Yeah, because...
I think they have to see more if they're going to ride a bike.
Yeah. They keep trying to design stuff like that for the Army, but it's
It's
None of it's
expensive.
getting
It would be
included.
extremely expensive, and a lot of that stuff is in prototype phase.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be. Soldiers aren't worth $20 million a suit.
No, we're not. We're expendable.
But if you're Batman,
Yeah.
then you get some awesome gear, and you get like capes that can mold to wings and other cool stuff used for spelunking.
Yeah. I watched Dark Knight Rises the other day, and then as soon as that was over, I watched Batman Returns, and it was crazy to just see the comparison between a Chris Nolan and a Tim Burton. And it's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, and that Batman, luckily he was in wintertime, because that rubber suit would have killed him.
Yeah.
After a while. How do you move in that thing? I don't know. There's a guy behind you. I can't turn my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's now we segued so far. I forgot what we were originally talking about.
Something about, I think Daredevil's where we started.
Oh yeah, Daredevil.
Yeah,
Daredevil.
that's where we were.
It's gonna be an awesome series, and I'm looking forward to it. And seeing if at the end, if the Punisher will actually get his full costume together, which is not much. It's more pretty much a shirt with a skull and a crap load of ammo.
Yeah.
But they do reference that Frank Castle has lost his family, and he's sort of on this revenge, crusade to destroy any bad guys with clear precision and just brutal tactics, which they would never have in the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But they can do it on Netflix.
Yep.
So I'd love to see what happens, and I hope they actually give us a scene or two with Wilson Fisk, because I want to see what he's been doing in jail.
Yeah.
Because he'll eventually get out.
No, yeah, of course.
Because he's the Kingpin. But yeah, this season's going to be awesome, so check it out. Hold on a second. I think it comes out very soon. I know it comes out this month. Daredevil Season 2. Hold on a second. I almost got it up. March 18th. That's how close it is.
Oh wow, that's right around the corner.
It is around the corner, yeah. So looking forward to that. I don't think they expected it to be as popular as it was for the first season.
No.
The promo video that they used to really showcase what Daredevil was is that shot, the fight in the hallway. I don't know if you've seen that float around online from the first season.
Yeah, I think so.
It was done in one shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Meaning that the cameraman had to keep going over the door, over the bodies and everything, and just keep shooting without stopping. So I love those one shot things. They kind of throw you in a little disarray.
Yeah.
And a little dizzy. Sort of like the whole Gravity scene where she gets knocked off and she's spinning round and round and round.
Yeah.
And it's done it all in one shot. Because you're used to scenes like that, action scenes, to be, they pause and they go on to the next scene. But you don't expect them to just keep filming and keep going for like 5 or 6 minutes. For some people, it's unsettling and it makes them sick to their stomach. But I think you'll enjoy the Daredevil series once you get around to watching it.
Yeah, I'm sure I will.
Alright, well that's pretty much it of the stories for tonight. There are some other stories, but because they popped up either yesterday or today, I'll just leave those for next week.
Yeah, we'll hit them up later.
Yeah, so we'll have more stories to talk about. So I would like to thank my co-host, who's not on here because of cough, cough. Johnna. And I would like to thank Mick for staying on and rambling with us and segueing off into other conversations.
Good times.
Good times. And thank you to the listeners for listening to our latest episode of News Hour, which actually has gone over an hour. Please check us out at facebook.com/JPOOL's GNERD Corner. And my next big event I will be at will be DevCon, which is a small convention at ASU West. So I'll see you there. Actually, I wouldn't say that. I would say coming soon, Renfest, Time Travel this weekend. It's always fun.
Yeah, I know John will be there.
I know. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and remember to enjoy your chimichanga. Good night, everybody. Say good night, Mick.
Good night.
Yes, there you go.